Hi guys, hope you're well and welcome back to my channel. Hello to any new subscribers. So today is another video in my body image series. If you haven't seen the one before, I'll put a link up somewhere here. But basically it's a series of videos I'm going to be doing which looks at the sort of conflicts influencers, bloggers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, etc. go through when it comes to portraying their image and talking about bodies and body confidence and body image in their content. And today I wanted to talk about the kind of conflict we feel when it comes to posting images of our body on our Instagrams or on our blogs and kind of being honest and authentic, but also being appealing to brands and being good kind of promotional tools for the products and the brands that we really want to work with. It's a really hard balance to strike between being honest to your followers and subscribers, but also making sure that you're putting your best version forward and putting out polished, glossy, appealing images as well. And that's what I'm going to really focus on today. And I'm going to use the bikini shots that I took and posted this summer when trying to promote bikini brands. I thought that was kind of a straightforward example to express what I'm trying to say in this video. So for some reason or another, bikini brands send me some of their products. I guess it was because during the summer months I often have quite beachy blonde hair. I post a lot of travel shots, I post lots of beachy shots, I get quite tan. I guess I fit into some bikini brands' aesthetic or what they see as kind of a summery image. Obviously being sent really nice high quality bikinis is a wonderful and lovely thing because I don't have much money, so anything that saves me money and is something that I would actually need to purchase for a holiday is really useful and really beneficial to me, so that's great. But if a brand is generous enough to send me something, out of courtesy I have a rule that I like to, you know, if I genuinely like the product, I like to post an image. It's almost like an online thank you letter, and it's also doing what they hoped I would do, because obviously they don't send things just to be nice, although it is very nice. They're obviously hoping that they'll get, you know, maybe some nice images or get tagged in some posts and maybe bring some of our followers to them in the process as well. So it's kind of a two-way relationship. It's not necessarily always discussed, but I think it's kind of a thing that, you know, you acknowledge when you get a freebie that it is nice to do that if you like the product. And with most products it's very easy. If it's like a beauty product, you don't have any qualms about, you know, posting nice flat lay or something. If it's some shoes, you don't mind posting a picture of you wearing the shoes or a jacket or whatever. But when it becomes to bikini shots or maybe underwear, you know, it can be quite daunting for some of us and quite, ooh. There have been times like this summer when I got sent a beautiful triangle bikini. I wasn't due to be going on holiday, I'd already come back. And I didn't really want to be getting in a bikini now. I was back to my kind of winter body self. But when I posted the flat lay, although I presumed they would appreciate that I'd done that, I knew that I wouldn't get anything out of it because they wouldn't likely reblog that image. Because if you look at their feed, it's generally people wearing the product. It's beachy shots, people looking tan, looking healthy on the beach, washboard stomachs, wearing their beautiful bikinis. So by posting an image that I know won't be reposted by the brand, although it shows that I'm being courteous and being grateful for the gift I've been given, essentially I'm not being very savvy or business minded, because I know that they won't repost that and therefore I won't get followers from their huge following coming to my pages and my Instagram posts. So essentially in this instance, if I wanted to put myself in the running for potentially being reposted by a massive brand like them, I would have to look at their theme and try and replicate that. So it would have been a very clear beachy shot of me looking as toned and as healthy as possible in one of their bikinis, and not a flat lay. And I think in general, the pictures you post where you're in it do better than just shots of objects, because people are following you generally for you and they want to see you. So those images will always do better anyway. So as a blogger, you should be trying to post pictures of you And this isn't always easy for all of us, because sometimes we overthink things, we're not confident, perhaps we're insecure about a certain part of us. Now, if you do decide to post a picture of yourself in a bikini, you're then faced with a few conundrums, a few decisions that you need to make about the image that you post. Now, I think it was last year, Amelia X did a great video talking about, how you can use things like Facetune to really change the shape of your body, and it's very easy to do, very quick, and it's accessible to anyone. So it means that a lot of the images you're seeing online have potentially been distorted, slimmed down, enhanced. You don't really know what is the truth of what you're seeing, basically. But I wanted to talk about the other very easy ways that you can be putting out an image that isn't necessarily 100% truth or representative of the reality. The images out there are generally you at your best. So even if you aren't doing airbrushing, even if you aren't distorting your body in any way, there's so many easy tricks that bloggers, Instagrammers, and just normal people are using these days. So I'm going to show you some of my images and my choices and why I chose them, and how it might have affected, how they were perceived and how people perceive me and my body. For instance, for me, I know that from my knee down, my legs are fairly short. They're quite out of proportion. It's something that my mum has too. It's like a family trait. We're very short from the knee down. So therefore, I know if I post a picture straight on with that part of my leg showing, that my legs can look a little bit dumpy, a little bit stunted, and out of proportion. Now, if I post a picture, perhaps cropped at the knee, then people will just kind of imagine what the rest of my leg will look like and the length that it has, and they'll think it will be in proportion to my thigh, which it isn't. So therefore, I'm already creating the illusion of having a longer leg. I also might decide to have a picture taken where I'm in the sea up to my knee, which will create the same illusion. Another tip is, if you get the photographer to kind of shoot from down looking up, you look infinitely taller. I have pretty bad cellulite. It's a huge myth that you only get cellulite if you're above a certain size or weight. You can be very slim and have cellulite. I don't know if it's a kind of hereditary thing or a gene thing, or some people are more prone to it, or whether it is diet and fitness, but either way, I have quite bad cellulite. Now, in dim light, you can barely see it, it's barely noticeable, I look quite smooth. But as soon as I get in the certain sort of sunlight at a certain angle hitting it, it really shows it up to a very noticeable extent. It also highlights the ripples caused by my stretch marks and a lack of tone and fitness. I'm going to post some images at some point so you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, in some shots I didn't have to do any retouching at all, I just posted, but because of the dim lighting you can see the cellulite. So this is what I'm talking about. Even if you have bloggers saying, oh, I don't airbrush, I don't Facetune, I don't Photoshop or anything, there are still ways that we are in a way deceiving you or just showing ourselves at our best. And some images I will just never let them be shown to anyone. I won't post them online anywhere, put them on my blog, because I'll look at them and be like, oh my god, is that the reality? That's horrendous. And so I just won't post them. So there's deception by me not posting those images as well, because you're not getting the full story. I also have quite prominent veins, and I have thread veins on my legs, and if you take a picture from a distance you can't see those things, and if you are in the right light you can't see those things, but if the light is shining on them and if it's close up you will see those things. In one picture you'll see from my holiday that I posted on Instagram, there's a very visible bruise that I kept in there. A brand probably wouldn't repost that because it's not that perfected, flawless image that they want from their promotional images and their visuals. So that's another way that I'm kind of hindering my progress as a blogger, is when I don't airbrush things like that out. I have some scars, including my appendix scar. When I look through some of the bikini brands that have sent me stuff, I looked to see if I could find any visible scars on the bodies of the people they've posted, and there weren't any. Now that might be a coincidence, or that might be another thing they take into account when they decide whether they're going to repost an image or not. Who knows? So realistically, brands are going to want to use or repost images that really make their product or their brand look as good as possible, or that fit in with their aesthetic, their whatever their mission statement is as a brand. If they're a brand that are all about health and fitness and toned, tanned bodies, then they're going to look for bloggers that deliver that. If they look for curvaceous retro style, they're going to look for that. Like I said earlier, bloggers, Instagrammers, even customers are now used as promotional tools, their adverts, their marketing. So we've got to kind of rival what they would normally do, their adverts on telly, their magazine spreads, their really professional photo shoots. So therefore they're expecting, you know, us not to have pores that are visible, not to have lines, not to have, you know, visible veins, bruises, scars perhaps. Maybe their hair has to be perfectly in place. Maybe we're meant to have a washboard stomach. Maybe we're meant to have, you know, really beautiful smooth curves. Who knows? It depends on the brand. So realistically, we're probably more likely to be promoted by that brand if our images look the same as the ones they will have created for their professional adverts. So that will be great lighting. That might mean Photoshop, retouching, perfect makeup. Obviously there's the odd brand that go the other way and they say they're all about real women, which is a phrase, like Zoe said in her video, I don't agree with at all, because everyone's a real woman, but they are trying to show what they believe is normal bodies. So all the so-called flaws that I've been talking about, like, you know, wrinkles, maybe scars, maybe birthmarks, maybe a body that doesn't fit into the Victoria's Secret mould, perhaps. Whatever is the kind of beauty ideal of that time, I guess. So what is the solution? If I want to be a successful blogger, should I be making myself look as polished, as perfect as possible, and hope to, you know, attract the attention of these brands and give them good promotion and enhance my chance of getting reposted and retweeted, and being, you know, asked to do sponsored videos because they see me as this great kind of example of one of their brand girls? If I put these images that perhaps are like the best versions of me or even enhanced versions of me, should I put them out there but always be honest with you that I have done maybe a bit of tweaking, whether that be remove a spot with an airbrushing tool, or remove the bruise, or that I've used great lighting? I can't help but think about those hairspray adverts where it's all about volume and then you see a little small print saying the model was wearing extensions, or ones that are about lashes and then there's a little thing saying she was wearing fake lashes, so it wasn't actually the mascara that had made the lashes look good. As you guys know, I've not always been comfortable with being an Instagrammer, blogger, YouTuber. I love taking photos, don't get me wrong, I love visuals, I love looking through Instagram, but the reality is I know that I, and probably many of us, would probably be a little happier if all of this didn't exist, because you can have the best intentions. You could be someone that never doctors your images. You could be someone that never uses any apps or never worries about using good lighting. Perhaps you're someone that makes a point of putting out very honest images. But the fact remains that to one person, just maybe one person that follows you, one of your images will probably at some point make them feel sad or less than or inferior, or like they don't have enough, or that they don't look good enough. Because I know that I follow people that aren't even Instagrammers or bloggers, who are just stunning people, and on a low day I'll see their image and be like, I I don't look as nice as them, why don't I look as nice, and feel crap. So I can only imagine the effect it's having on those really young people who are still working out, you know, their body, who they are, who they want to be, their sexuality, all these things. And for them to be faced and bombarded with these images constantly, all day, like you can, like I said, you can have the best intentions, even be trying to be responsible on Instagram and saying these empowering things, but the fact remains, if they're seeing an image that they're envious of or that they feel is more attractive than theirs, they're still going to feel sad. And that really worries me about this generation we live in and this focus on images and looks and beauty. But I don't know what the solution is. What do you guys think? Shall we just erase all of these social media things and just live like we used to? Might be better, you know. Okay guys, I think it's probably been a really long video, but you tell me what you think we should be doing as Instagrammers and bloggers. Do you want to see those hyper polished, glossy images? And if you do like those and think it's sensible as business people in terms of our career for us to be putting those out, let me know. And let me know if you think we should be doing that, but we should always write if anything has been tweaked or enhanced or just improved a bit, or whether you think do whatever you like. It's a really tricky one, but I always want to try and be honest with you guys, but I need to progress and make money and work with more brands, so I do find myself in a little bit of a conundrum. Like I said in my last video, conversation and debate about this will hopefully help us as influencers, I hate saying that, influencers, being more responsible, being a positive, you know, force on these platforms. So just help us out and give us the info that we need to progress and be good people, okay? Thanks for watching. See you in a video soon.